Hello, dear listener. It's your host and game master, Brian. It's been a minute since we were back in the rain-slick streets of Seattle after our brief detour to the fantastical world of Roshar. So, I wanted to catch you back up on what happened last time. Previously on Spirits and Monsters of Old Seattle, Sam and Linda Hazard made an attempt not only on the lives of our heroes, but also attacked the very library itself. Now, thankfully, everyone survived with only some minor injuries, but things could have gone a lot worse. Now, sadly, there was very little time to rest before the investigators were working on their next case, a haunted house located in downtown. They uncovered it was plagued not by a ghost, but by the spirit of Walter Corbett, a man who had somehow transformed himself after death into a will-o'-the-wisp. Like several other supernatural figures, he wore a strange porcelain mask that seemed connected to some kind of cult. Thanks to some quick thinking, Doctor Jensen was saved from a watery grave, and the house was purchased and then turned over to Edgar A. Butterworth to transform it into one of Seattle's first funeral homes. We then were about to have an incredibly dramatic, gripping cliffhanger. But y'all gave me so much shit that I couldn't actually get it out, and so I told you all you weren't going to get that. So, you're just going to have to deal with an exciting introduction this time to your new scenario. And I am delighted to share you are going to be joined by a special guest. Not just for one episode, but for an entire mystery.
Exciting!
We are graciously going to be gifted by the presence of Laura Henderson. We will discover the character Laura is playing a little bit. But Laura, did you want to introduce yourself?
Sure. I'm Laura. I am a crazy animal lover and basically have 2 bipedal animals that run around the house under the age of 5. And then I have a whole bunch of dogs and a whole bunch of cats and chickens.
Nice.
And most of my cabinets downstairs are filled with board games. So,
In good company.
Excellent, excellent. Also in good company, as Corey was previously on the podcast, who I think you may have some significant relation with.
possibly, since, I might be married to him.
Mhm. I think my wife said something about childhood sweethearts or something along those lines.
Yeah, we're not going to go down that. No.
I will not subject you to that just yet.
Mm-mm.
I gotta save something to escalate to you later on.
Exactly.
So, we find ourselves on a chilly spring morning in 1889. We have passed the new year, and so far you've all lived. We are in the early months of February and March when it is cold, it is rainy, and the days are just a little bit too short. During those early morning hours, as the tide is first going out, the Ballard Wharf is bustling with activity. Sailors, fishermen, and stevedores hurry about, loading and unloading gear and preparing for the day as the first rays of sun creep over the Cascade Mountain Range east of town. Unimpressed by the rush of activity on the docks, a tiny pygmy owl flaps down and silently lands atop the roof of a nearby bar. Its golden eyes scan about, searching for rats or mice it could scoop up as a tasty snack. It pauses, though, and tilts its head to the side as it watches the lone figure coming into town rather than preparing to head out. She ties off the small rowboat that brought her here. Then, with a deep breath and a singular purpose, she walks away from the docks and into the town of Ballard. The owl's golden eyes follow her as she makes her way towards the mysterious building that houses the Library of Metaphysical Knowledge in Defense of Mankind. It cannot know the powerful and desperate need that drove her from the blood-soaked streets of Vashon Island to seek out the agents of the library, and the doctor, whose name was scrawled on a wall in blood.
Yeah, I would have been really mad at you if you ended the last one with that.
Well, I was really mad at you for not letting me.
Sorry for the narrative blue balls.
Rude is what that is.
Oh boy.
Now, the three of you have received a summons that you are needed at the library for an important mission from Matthias. How early is Julian, Sophie, and Dr. Jensen going to wind up arriving at the library?
How long has it been since we returned from Crescent Bay?
Oh, good question.
Probably about a month and a half.
I will be waking up at my normal hour because Matthias is still a little bit on the shit list.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll be waking up around 11.
Sophie was probably up at 7, so.
Mm-hmm. No, she's got a farm. She's got stuff to do.
Right.
I have things to do. They can wait.
You are a gentleman of leisure. You have nothing to do.
Yeah, that's true. It's pretty cool.
Dr. Jensen would probably be up early, but he wouldn't be showing up. He'd probably be showing up,
like end of day?
No. Probably like noon would be the earliest, I think.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to take care of things before he... I agree with Julian's thinking.
Mm-hmm.
He's still... The all expenses relaxing vacation. Still not
Seriously, Matthias, just not okay.
Still living out that glow, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Sophie has no such issues, so she'll probably be there. Well, I don't know. Sophie's probably been getting back into her the stuff at her house and running stuff and, you know, everything that's been going on with all her little projects that she has and the girls and stuff, and also making new cheese. So I think that she will be using she's probably attempting to make Brunost or something. And so she'll be taking some of her early attempts over to Agda and Thorn because that's who tests her cheese for her.
Excellent.
And Agda may or may not know that, or who knows if Agda understands what's going on, or
I mean, she knew it at one point, and she might know it again.
Or if she's just fucking with us, like, we don't know.
So it sounds like Sophie probably gets there first, followed by Dr. Jensen, followed by Julian rolling in when he feels like it. And Jeremy greets you all and asks if you can meet Matthias in his office once you're all gathered. Right this way. Matthias has been working on a bit of a project recently. However, we've just got something we need to do some investigation on. But come along, right this way. Can I get anybody's coat?
Lucius will take off his jacket and hand it to Jeremy. The project, you say? What does he have cooking up this time?
You should talk to him about that. He's a little worked up after what happened.
Okay.
I'll make sure this gets to the coat closet for you, Dr. Jensen.
I appreciate it. Thank you, Jeremy.
The three of you are ushered into Matthias's office, where he is busily writing letters and correspondence. And he looks up and scans kind of over the three of you. Yes, come in. I'm just finishing up a few things here. I have a little bit of work left to do on the situation with Catherine Miller. Oh, and I have a little bit of work to do left with those people at the sanitarium. But that will wait.
What have you got cooking up, Matthias?
Oh, don't worry about it, Dr. Lucius. I am calling in a few favors. I am confident that the doctor there will not be practicing here for long.
Lucius is not quite sure how to take that, but he'll be studying Matthias's face and okay.
Well, when we brought Tobias back, we said that he might be looking for work. Is this what you had in mind? It's not quite what I was expecting, but I wouldn't question your decisions. I suppose that's one way to deal with the threat.
No, nothing like that. No, I'm seeing to it that the hazards are dealt with in more mundane fashions. They are beginning to take on several high-profile clients. Based on Dr. Jensen's reports, most of those clients don't wind up leaving the sanitarium.
Taking on high-profile clients? What does that even... She's got people coming there to starve themselves?
That is correct, Julian.
By their own choice?
Indeed.
What the shit?
However, several family members of those individuals, as well as several private investigators, have been notified and provided with quite a bit of information about the hazards and their unscrupulous practices. And Matthias has kind of a wolfish grin on his face as he says that.
Good to hear, actually.
As for Miss Miller, I think she will soon find that several things are going awry in her household.
You are proving to be a bit more devious than I expected, Matthias. I'm impressed.
I will not allow someone to come into our home and attack it, and you. That will not be borne.
I fully agree.
Hear, hear.
Makes me feel young again. Someday I will tell you some stories of things we did back in Norway, but that is not for today. For today, I have someone who I need you to speak with. There is a rather pressing matter, and I'm very glad you were able to attend us, Dr. Jensen. There is a young woman here who traveled from nearby Vashon Island. I believe that it's very important for the three of you to speak with her.
Okay, but me specifically, is everything okay? I don't think I've even met someone from Vashon.
Well, perhaps she knows you. Your name, apparently, was recently writ there. In blood.
In blood?
Indeed. There have been a series of murders that have happened on the island. It certainly sounds like something that perhaps we should investigate.
That sounds very troubling indeed. Who is it that you would like us to meet with?
There's a young woman who just arrived today. Her name is Mercy Reynolds. She is one of several Reynolds family members who are apparently living there, or at least several who were. We've set her up in the kitchen, and Jeremy was making some lunch for her. I fear he may have gotten distracted. Here, come right this way. Let me introduce you to Mercy, and if you all agree that this may be something suspicious, we can perhaps pursue an investigation into it.
Just one little thing before.
Of course, Julian.
Murders on Vashon. Please tell me it's not bisecting, torn through the middle, anything, right?
You will need to ask Mercy in more detail, but I don't think it's anything quite of that gruesome character.
Well, It's one less thing at least.
Matthias leads you all to the kitchen, where there are several mostly finished sandwiches that Jeremy was working on before he got sidetracked, bringing you all in. And Laura, would you tell us a little bit about Mercy Reynolds?
So you see a very, very gaunt-looking woman who's about probably early to mid-20s. And she has her hair tied back in a little kerchief, short hair, kind of the reddish, brownish color. And she's wearing clothes that look like they're 3 times too big for her, but that's just because she is so thin. And you can see her kind of like trying to surreptitiously tuck various bits of food from the table that Jeremy's preparing into her pockets here and there. She kind of mutters to herself a whole lot. She seems to talk to herself and just kind of like look around randomly and stare off into space sometimes when Jeremy and her are having a conversation.
And Matthias kind of smiles to her. Hello, Mercy. It's good to see you. I'm glad you have been making the most of our hospitality. This is Julian Benavides, Sophie Inge's daughter, and Dr. Lucius Jensen. I believe his name you may be familiar with.
Very nice to meet you. Thank you for seeing me. Which one of you is Dr. Jensen?
Lucius will raise his hand up. Hi, Miss Reynolds, was it? Pleasure to meet you. And he'll extend out his hand.
She looks at your hand just like she doesn't really know what to do with it. That she'll just kind of like nod her head and then keep surreptitiously trying to put bread in her pockets.
Of course. Matthias here said there's something that's going on Vashon and something that has to do with me.
I don't know what you have to do with it, but your name was painted on the side of one of our buildings in what seems to be blood, and we've had deaths, so many deaths. And she starts just kind of like looking off in the distance and muttering to herself again.
Blood? Bodies? What? He'll kind of turn to Matthias. Do you know what's going on?
I'm afraid this is the first time hearing about it. But given the mention of your name, I thought perhaps it would be worth it for us to investigate.
What's currently on the table that Jeremy's been preparing? That Mercy's been kind of grabbing bread?
Some bread, some cheeses, some meat, a couple of things of fresh veg.
So Lucius will, kind of noticing that she's grabbing some bread and stuff, he'll go pick up like the plate of cheeses and the plate of fruits and come sit down, put them in front of her and sit down. Please eat, and if you can, just tell me what's going on Vashon.
Mercy kind of stares at the plates in front of her with all the food and then just kind of looks up at you in bewilderment at the gesture.
He'll kind of turn to Jeremy, grab a napkin or two, something she can fold, or a basket.
Oh, yes, of course. And he runs off, having left your coat across the back of a chair.
There's worse places it's been. But please, continue.
Blood. Always blood. Always arms, always legs, always so much blood. And then she just kind of like looks off in the distance again.
Always blood. Are you... I know this might be difficult. Are you saying people's arms or legs have been removed from these corpses?
Not from corpses. Not when removed. Probably not. Too much blood. And then she just kind of goes back and just dives into the fruit platter.
Lucius will kind of pause for a second and turn to Julian and Sophie and Matthias. Just sounds like something terrible is happening on Vashon. I'd say we'd probably get the police involved, but I don't like the idea that my name is being scrawled presumably in whatever victim's blood.
Something like this doesn't necessarily sound like a job for the police in any case. It seems more brutal and strange than what they normally have to deal with.
Lucius will kind of turn back to Mercy. I know this will sound odd, given what you've just told us. Has there been anything unusual that's been happening on Vashon? Any weird people, sights, sounds? He'll kind of pause. Creatures.
She'll kind of look straight ahead of her and just say whispers. Whispers at night. Always going, always speaking. They don't stop. Always at night. And then she'll go back, this time to the meat platter.
Lucius will kind of turn to Sophie. Does this sound anything remotely like any Vashon you've ever encountered or heard of?
With so few details so far, it's hard to say. There are so many that overlap that I would need to go and consult Agda and look in the library and see if we can get anything more specific.
While you two are having your conversation, I look over to Mercy, obviously going from plate to plate. Mercy. Hi, I'm Julian. I'm sure you've heard of me.
She'll shake her head going, no.
It's fine. There's more important things. If you don't mind me asking, you've been over in Vashon. By any chance, have you been in Olala recently?
No. Just Vashon. Just Vashon and then here.
Okay.
Lucius will kind of, with Julian there. Mercy, is there anything else you can tell us? You said it happens at night. What happened? What's happened to these people that kind of stop, that have been killed?
There are noises. There are screams at night. And the next morning, the bodies are found.
The scream. I'm sorry to keep pressing, but the screams of people or of something else?
She'll kind of like look off again, kind of in the distance in the corner, and she'll start kind of looking like she's having a panic attack, just kind of trying to verbalize it. And she won't be able to really say much of anything more.
Okay, and then he'll let it, like, he'll stop and let her kind of go back to gathering the food. He'll kind of stand up from the table and move a little bit away to talk to Sophie and Lucius.
You're Lucius.
Sorry, Julian. I was reading my own name on Roll20. Sorry.
Julian Benavides, you've probably heard of me.
I have.
I will, however, clearly seeing that Dr. Jensen must clearly be delusional for forgetting my name. But no, I will kind of follow over to him. And Dr. Jensen, you would be the expert here. And I just kind of look over my shoulder back at Mercy. It's not a coincidence, right? We just had the hazards come storming into the library, and now we have a woman who looks, I'd say, half starved, but it's beyond half. She says she hasn't been in Olala, but there's not Starvation Heights franchises, are there, Dr. Jensen?
I will add, Phoenix, there are not that you have heard of. There are some weird medical treatments out there, but the only place you've heard practicing starvation medicine is Wilderness Heights.
I mean, it's undeniable that she is severely emaciated, but I don't know if this is the work of the hazards or if she's just been, I mean, she's clearly traumatized. I want to press her more to find out what's going on, but I don't want to also traumatize or cause further stress on the girl, he'll pause and kind of say, "There is some laudanum down in the infirmary."
Whenever Dr. J goes to talk to Julian, like, I think that Sophie can clock that Mercy's kind of having a little bit of a panic attack. And, I mean, she deals with all these girls all the time in these, in terrible situations and all this kind of stuff, not to mention her own stuff. So she'll just go and kneel down next to her and like take her hand, but only if, she doesn't like freak out or whatever. And just try to kind of calm her down a little bit and tell her she'll be safe at the library, and we're going to do whatever we can to find out what's happening, and just see if she would like a drink. Would she like some tea, or would she like something stronger? Would that make her, to calm her nerves or anything like that?
She'll take you up on the tea.
Tea is always good.
Tea is always good.
So yeah, she's just going to, like, she's keeping kind of half an ear out for, whatever Dr. Jensen is saying, but she's trying to
mostly take care of Mercy.
Yeah.
All right, so it sounds like the characters are mostly in agreement that they've got to go check this out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, well, dear listener, we'll be right back because we're going to go do equipment.
Woo!
Woohoo!
You sure they don't want to listen in on this? It's really fascinating. It really isn't.
It's so fun.
Listen, there's a subsection of our listeners that I promise is all about that admin, but most of them are not gonna be.
Yeah.
So, we will be, for you, right back.
One eternity later.
All right, and excellent dancing. Dear listener, we are back. Maybe you heard some of that. I hope not. It was way too much. I don't even know how long this episode was anymore. And so, we are jumping back in. We are going to run through the advantages that our newly equipped investigators have picked up. Starting with Phoenix, what is Julian's advantage for this mystery?
Exactly. No, Julian's advantage is simply he's Julian. So his advantage for this mystery is, but I'm Julian.
Marvelous. Laura, what is Mercy's advantage going to be?
Her advantage is going to be call in the cavalry, which is, boost morale and be able to do a little bit more bravery things.
Excellent.
Instead of being a little wife.
Bill, what is Dr. Jensen's advantage going to be?
I think given the events in the interlude and what's going on now's not the time for any. Now's not the time to kind of ease up. There's no half measures. That's going to be his advantage.
All right.
No half measures.
And I bought you all the thinking time I can about this. Aaron, what is Sophie's advantage going to be for this mystery?
Don't worry, I already typed it in my character sheet so I wouldn't forget what it was called. It is called Distracting Familiar, because Yortz is going to help me out at some point, as he always does, but just specifically.
Excellent. So excited to see how this shakes out. All right. Is there anything that any of you want to research at the library, or are you ready to head off to Vashon?
I don't suppose there's much in the way of maps of Vashon or the surrounding area.
That's a good idea.
Did you buy them during our long equipment phase?
Oh, I thought we were looking in the library for that.
I thought we were, sorry. That was a misunderstanding on my part, GM.
No, I meant, is there topics you want to research? Because Mapbook is equipment.
Oh,
okay.
How much is it?
2 availability.
How much do you have left, Julian?
Don't worry about it.
Oh no, listener! The equipment purchasing is sneaking out!
Oh no! I would like to research any... we don't have a lot of detail to go on yet, but I would like to see if there's anything about Vashon that are known for dismembering victims, especially while they're alive, which is disgusting. This is a horror podcast.
Sometimes. Feel free to make a learning test, and feel free to add a +3 bonus.
Oh boy. 5, 10, that makes 13 dice.
Dear God.
Can I ask Jeremy to do some research for me?
Good luck getting it back afterwards, though.
He'll just leave it somewhere. My spiritual companion. Ooh. Oh, it was as many as I thought. 2 successes on 13 dice.
Alright, that's enough to find a couple things. There are a few Vashon that are known for doing things like that. Particularly things like werewolves, the Church Grim, and especially a type of European and British Vashon known as a redcap. They tend to have different reasons for doing those kind of dismemberments, but have been known to do some pretty gnarly things.
Okay. Do any of the other details that she mentioned overlap with any of those? Because the whispers in the dark doesn't really sound like a werewolf thing.
Definitely not.
So I feel like we can probably cross that off. But the Church Grim and the Red Cap, do either of those have any kind of like vibe like that?
The Redcap also know. They tend to be very focused on staying in a certain area. So like an old ruin or a bridge or a crossing.
Or like a swamp where an old hag lives.
You know, some might say. However, again, the Redcap doesn't feel quite right from the details Mercy provided. A Church Grim is possible, but they tend to be hyper-focused on protecting church grounds. So you would need to see if there is an old church in Vashon.
Okay.
I will also give you, and you should definitely write this down because I will absolutely forget it, a +1 bonus when you go to make a learning test about what Vashon may be happening in this mystery.
All right.
I would also like to make a very bad learning test.
Feel free.
Or of some kind. I would like to, with the research time that we have, I would like to see if I can find just any sort of writings on, for lack of a better way of putting it, franchises of Starvation Heights.
Okay. Give me a learning test.
Okay. That's not great.
But he gets bonus 2, right? Because
He
he's
also
with
gets
us.
a +3. Yep.
I get a +3?
Because of the power of friendship.
And the library.
In the library.
It's a very extensive collection of things on supernatural stuff.
And Agda and Thorn.
Well, instead of 3 dice, I rolled 6 dice and I got 1 success.
Yay!
Okay.
It's the most research I've ever done in my life. It hurts.
It's true.
You're going to need a mimosa after this.
It's true. Julian spends a while in the library searching through tomes, trying to find things. There are a few newspaper articles here, but not too much in the way of stuff that's recent. As far as he's able to find, that seems to be something that is isolated to just the hazards practice. He is able to find some old stories, some things in like ancient medical texts, but nothing that feels modern or franchise-like to him.
Okey-doke. Thank you.
Additionally, Julian feels a little unsettled from his time in the library. Maybe it's looking through all of these creepy tomes. Maybe it's digging through strange and arcane woodcuts, but something just feels a little off in here to him.
Makes sure he buttoned all of his buttons. Except for the ones he intentionally leaves open.
Oh, obviously. Maybe that's the source of the cold breeze he's feeling. All right, anything else y'all are going to do before setting out for Vashon?
Sorry, I did think of one last thing. It was starting out as it was at first a joke, but then I was like, well, maybe I actually can. Pardon, in terms of the shopping episode here, with now knowing that Mercy's advantage is sending the cavalry, can I actually manage to find, as part of the shopping, can I find a saber for her?
I don't see any reason why not.
All right.
If Laura wants her to have that.
If that would be, I don't know if you're any good at close combat, if that is one of your deals, but if it is, I would happily spend the money on that.
That would be absolutely greatly appreciated.
All right, I spend the remaining capital that I have on a saber.
Amazing.
Yeah. Our new friend is going to stab somebody. It's going to be great.
Hey, slash with a saber.
Violence!
You can poke.
Not with a cavalry saber. They are literally made for ride-bys on a horse.
Okay, but if you try hard enough, you could poke somebody. Pretty good.
I mean, you could say that about anything.
I mean, there's a hole in the person. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
happens to cross the entire length of them, but it's a hole.
From the person who is complaining about people being cut in half at the start of the mystery. Two last things. Listener, it is important to note, Aaron has sword earrings at the moment, so this is very on brand. And also, I took a look at Mercy's stats, and giving her a saber is hilarious.
In a good.
Oh, she must not
hilarious?
have anything in physique or like close combat.
You'll find out.
It's fine.
We'll see. It's going to be either really amazing or really funny, and either way, that's fine.
Yep.
This is like buying Dr. Jensen chicken soup for the soul. Like, he's just going to look at it.
It's fine.
All right. Getting us back even moderately on target, you commission a boat of the Mosquito Fleet and are able to tow Mercy's rowboat behind you and make your way to Vashon Island.
3 years later.
How dare you? It's nice, clear weather.
Come on, Bill. It was only like 6 months. It wasn't 3 years.
Listener, they never learn. They do this shit at the start of the mystery before the monster has even shown up and just keep poking the bear.
Maybe Mercy is the monster. We don't know.
Maybe you should not have given her a cavalry saber then.
But it looks so cute with her outfit.
Yeah, that's the most important reason to do anything.
Matches. A matching accessory.
Mm-hmm.
For Julian, yes, it absolutely is.
It weighs more than she does.
All of this is true. After being dropped off by the Mosquito Fleet ship, you make your way up a well-worn footpath from the landing on the beach towards Vashon Town. The path is made from crushed clamshells, which shift slightly under your feet. The little community is built not far up from the seashore, with a few houses and shops clustered along a packed dirt street that serves as Vashon Town's central highway. A few houses sport colorful blue or yellow doors, although many have peeling paint from the salty sea air. At the center of the highway is a large tavern, complete with an attached stable. A sign atop the front proclaims Walloon in Chinook jargon. At the far end of the road stands a large hardware and mercantile shop. Beyond it, past the edges of town, you can see more farmhouses with scattered sheep and goats grazing in small paddocks. Numerous tangles of strawberry plants grow in between stands of trees, hedged in by fences to keep the animals out. Beyond the edges of town are large forests, filled with thick stands of pine trees. It's hard to be fully certain, but in the distance, you think you see a simple log cabin with a wooden cross placed atop its mossy roof.
Aha!
Looking around, you also realize there are no hotels or places to stay. If this proves to be a long investigation, you might need to look into staying at the tavern or perhaps find a farmer willing to put your group up in a barn.
Barn? You're going to ask young Warren Buffett to sleep in a barn?
Actually, I think Warren Buffett would sleep in a barn.
In fairness, I think Julian is a little more Jimmy Buffett. Anyway, what are y'all gonna do?
I think we should check out the building that has a cross on top, given the research that we did in the library that might shed some light on the situation.
Well, yeah, I think the tavern might be a good place just to go and find out what's been happening on the island more, too.
We could split the party.
Yeah, that's cool. I'll meet you guys there.
Wow, right away splitting the party.
Well, because I want to go somewhere else too.
You're all the worst. All right. Are we going to split up immediately as soon as we get to town, or
Just
are you
a little bit. We're not like.
Okay, hang on. So where does Sophie want to go?
I want to go to the building that has a cross on top, so the quote unquote church.
Okay, where does Julian want to go?
Hardware store.
You want to go shopping again?
Fuck does Julian know about hardware?
It's a yes.
Okay. I guess so let's not split. If we're going to split the party,
I actually would like to go to the hardware store specifically on my own.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Then I will tag along with Sophie.
We can go to let's go to the tavern first. That's fine. We can go to the tavern first and see.
I'll catch up with you guys at the tavern.
Okay.
And Laura, is Mercy going to kind of stick with these investigators?
Yeah, I think we would defer to her if she had somewhere she wanted us to look first, and then we would go there. But
you guys go that way. I'm going home.
As soon as you guys got to the shore, she took out a cooking pot, and now she has a saber, and she's kind of like poking in bushes and whatnot with the saber, and like kind of trying to see if she can put something in the cooking pot. And you see her kind of like collect random mushrooms and toss it in the pot as she's walking around muttering to herself.
This is great. I'm sure this will be fine.
I'll
Random mushrooms never hurt anybody. It's fine.
As you're poking the saber into the bushes, I'll remind you also have a walking stick.
She'll just kind of like look back at you like quizzically, and then just turn back and keep poking the bushes.
Hell yeah.
Gardening.
She definitely seems completely able to determine good from bad mushrooms, and I'm sure this will end great.
Yep, 100%.
Okay, so are we going? We're going to the tavern or the church or the cross?
Whatever's first. I'm assuming the tavern is closest.
Yeah, definitely. And then we'll cut back to Julian in just a little bit.
Okay.
So the group of you kind of get your bearings and start making your way to that tavern with a big sign over it that says Walloon.
Before we go in, I will kind of pause and pull Sophie to the side and just go, just given that my name's been painted on some of the walls, let's keep that, I guess, to ourselves unless we absolutely have to.
That makes sense, yes.
I'd rather not become the subject of the local ire if people think I'm connected to this somehow.
Indeed. Do you have a pseudonym you would like me to use just to make sure we're on the same page?
If you say Julius, I will fucking kick you off this call.
We could just call you Matthias.
I've been partial to the name Randall Savage. Now, listener, that is the face I like to see on my GM. Pure and utter disdain.
Picked a bold time to lean into that one, Bill.
Let's go with Matthias just to be safe, because I don't think anyone will recognize that here.
All right.
Understood. I promise they won't recognize Randall Savage when you're done. Motherfuckers. I get no respect as a GM. All right. The tavern in Vashon is notably rustic. Clearly made recently, the walls are split pine trees. A few even still have signs of bark where they weren't fully sanded down. A few heavy-shod barrels have stools set around them, and the bar itself seems to be made from a few planks and sawhorses beneath a sheet of burlap that's been draped over it. The floor is mostly sawdust, but the air smells of tobacco, fresh-cut wood, beer, and spilled spirits. Leaning against a large keg behind the bar is a man smoking a thin cigarette. The bartender watches you from the corner of his eye while making no particular effort to welcome you or hurry along his smoke break. A few patrons look up nervously, their features guarded. As your eyes adjust the dim lantern light, you just barely catch a man hurriedly finishing his beer and then hopping to his feet and rushing out a side door. He looked to be wearing vestments and maybe a clerical collar. What are y'all gonna do?
I would like to peek out the side door and see where that guy goes.
And so you kind of like just rush across the bar to check that door he just left there? Or are you gonna be a little more casual?
I'll be more casual, yeah.
Okay. Bill, what is Dr. Matthias gonna do?
I guess kind of looking around, he'll kind of turn to Sophie to kind of just go, let's grab a bench over there, and he'll go and grab a round of drinks, I guess, or something, just to try and chat up with the bartender, just going, hey, we just came off the ferry here and heard some rumblings about goings on the island, just seeing what was, if he heard, what was the news, essentially.
Sounds good. Also, can I get a learning test from the two of you?
Do we get any advantages?
Nope.
I mean, not advantages, but...
Nope.
Ew.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I got 2 successes on 10 dice.
I thought you were counting your number of successes, and I was like, Jesus!
I wish. One of these days, I will get a Julian level success.
Sophie's eyes, light emits from Sophie's eyes, and she just starts speaking in tongues as she knows.
Right.
I know everything! Brian, just share your notes.
Yeah.
On 6 dice, Lucius had 1 success.
Okay. That's actually enough for both of you. You've spent a little bit of time now in the area and have managed to pick up a little bit of Chinook jargon, or Chinook Wawa, which is a local pidgin dialect made up of equal parts Coast Salish and Duwamish languages, English, and French.
Nice.
All kind of mishmashed together into a language that anyone can pick up and speak. So, you happen to know that the name of this bar, Walum, means to spill spirits.
Is that spill spirits like in a... I guess, is there a context around that? Like in like a joyous way, a negative way? Or is it just spilling of spirits?
Is it like pouring one out for your homies?
There you go.
Or is it...
It is a little bit harder to tell. Part of this being a pidgin language is it does kind of lack context. A lot of things are designed to be really simplified for the purposes of trading and being able to communicate with other folks who don't necessarily speak it. Now, at this point in history, a lot of people throughout Seattle are going to be able to kind of communicate with this.
Man, how come we don't have that anymore? That'd be so fucking cool.
If you're interested, I can actually send you a dictionary of Chinook jargon from the University of Washington.
Oh my god, send it to me.
Done and done.
Thank you.
So you're not quite able to pull the context of this, also because Brian doesn't exactly know the context, but you think that it could also be a little bit of a tongue-in-cheek kind of name, because the spirits in this case could also refer to things like ghostly spirits.
Oh, okay.
So spilling of spirits in whatever sense one may take that. So, knowing that, Dr. Jensen kind of sidles up to the bar. The bartender is still smoking that thin cigarette and kind of looks over. Yeah? Can I help you?
Yeah. Could I get 3 drinks for me and my companions? We just arrived on the ferry and, heard some whispers on the way over. Something about, you'll kind of just lead in. Is it true there's been something horrible happening on the island?
You're not wrong. Honestly, friend, I wouldn't stick around too long if I were you. This is heating up.
Oh, my goodness.
There's 2 brothers that are having a bit of a feud, looks like.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
And it's causing trouble for the whole island? Normally, a family feud might spill over a property line or 2, but is it really that bad?
Have you heard anything about the Reynolds family?
He'll kind of pause for a minute. Not particularly, no.
He takes another pull from his cigarette. He's made no effort to start getting you beer.
Fair.
Yeah, the 2 brothers, they've been feuding for years. Or at least that's what folks told me. I don't know, I'm just here pretty recently. But apparently, just lately, things are starting to escalate to violence. Somebody even painted something on my front door.
What do they paint?
Some name. It said Lucius Jensen. Nobody by that name here on the island. I tell you, if I find that guy, I'm going to make him pay for the cost of me having to paint it over.
I don't blame you. Sounds...
Dr. J just slides over 3 gold.
Not his problem. He didn't paint it. He'll pause. Just like, there's no one here on the island named. I'm sorry.
Lucius Jensen.
Lucius Jensen. Okay.
Sounds like a tool.
It's true. He does sound like a tool.
Damn it. Is it? He's at a kind of a loss for words. Why would they paint that on your building of all things, especially if no one here's named that? Has there been any other names or anything painted on the island?
Nope, not a one. He finally has smoked down the cigarette to just a nub and kind of puts it out onto the burlap on the bar and kind of snuffs it. We'll get those beers for you. Bill, can I get a vigilance test?
Okay. Yes, you can. On 9 dice, that is 0 successes.
No.
Would you like to push that, Bill?
Do it.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Hey. I love that you're all susceptible to peer pressure.
Peer pressure! Yay!
I'm more laughing at Aaron giving you crap about pressuring us.
Sorry.
And I helped.
That is 3 successes on 9 dice.
Jesus.
Wow.
All right, well.
You asked for it.
Yep, I did. Bill, you notice a lot of stuff. The bartender is noticeably quite well dressed. He's in a very fine vest. He's in a nice wool coat. He's in nice wool trousers. However, as he leans down under the bar to pick up some of those beers, you notice he is wearing not 2, but 2 pairs of holsters with 4 pistols under his coat.
Oh.
As he's kind of getting out a couple of bottles of beer for you, he's got a very easygoing smile. But despite Dr. Jensen's historically low empathy for others, you still notice that smile never touches his eyes.
Okay.
Finally, you do notice something else in this room. In the back, past the bartender, who casually mentions that his name is Roy Mahash, there is a young woman who is doing the washing up. She is dressed very plainly, very simply. She looks to be a Coast Salish woman in her mid-20s. She's in a plain, rough homespun dress and wearing a heavy leather apron. As she's kind of washing some dishes, cleaning up some wooden utensils, you notice that every time she moves, the light hits her hair just a little bit differently, kind of changing the color of brown. And also, much to your surprise, you watch her, as she's doing this washing up, pull one of the wooden spoons that she was working on and just start nibbling on the end of it.
What the fuck?
Okay. I guess once the beer's all gathered, I will pick that up. Kind of slide the
couple of cents his way.
Let's say the last resources essentially over, and then bring the bottles back to.
You don't even need to mark off capital for this one. This is effectively a negligible amount of money for you right now.
Okay, and then I'll bring it back to Sophie and Mercy, and just kind of Lucius will mention the.
No, actually, Bill. Sorry, I do have one last detail for you.
Oh, okay.
Since you got this guy talking a little bit, you asked why would they write something? Why would something be written onto his door? He can tell you the most recent victim of this conflict is a woman named Adelia Reynolds, and whatever wound up happening between these two families, she's the first person to live through it. She had a terrible cut on her leg and was found over near the chapel.
Okay.
Also, Bill, as he's talking, something is stirring in the back of your memory. There's something familiar that Dr. Jensen cannot quite place his finger on.
Oh my god.
Is this like rolling 6 successes on vigilance and not seeing the fucking ravens?
It was 3 successes.
Just saying. It's a lot.
Well, he's going to be chewing on, trying to. That's going to be gnawing in the back of his head, I guess. The whatever he can't put his finger on. He will go back to Sophie and Mercy and kind of explain everything he heard, though he will specifically leave out any mention of the name Reynolds in the retelling, because at this point he wants to talk to Sophie and to Julian about this might be a family issue and we don't know what Mercy might be caught up in regard to this, so we might need to better understand that. But he will relay that it sounds like there's 2 brothers fighting, that the latest victim is survived, Adelia, and that she was found near the chapel. So, or he's sure Sophie will be interested in. But the entire time he's explaining this, he'll be kind of just keeping an eye on Mercy to see if there's any any strong reactions to the things he's relaying back, catching, I guess, Sophie up on. If like the mention of the brothers, if the mention of Adelia or something that causes a flinch or
Mercy is currently playing with one of the multitudinous cats that are kind of in this area, and just kind of playing with some of the kittens right now, just like not paying attention.
Not engaged at all. Okay.
Talking to the cat, doing her own thing.
Okay.
That being the case, Yortz is definitely going to go over. If there's kittens, he's going to keep going over and bringing one to Sophie. And then Sophie's going to have to keep handing it back to Mercy. And Mercy will put it back. And then Yortz will bring over another.
Now, speaking of the Yortz man, Aaron, can I get an investigation test from you?
I was wondering. I was going to ask, actually. That is also 10 dice. I should just keep out 10 dice. Oh, that is 3 successes on a 10 dice.
All right.
Neat.
I will tell you the results of that in just a minute.
Oh my god.
Phoenix.
Brian.
Julian wanted to slip to the hardware store.
Yep.
What's he doing?
Yeah, I am going to the hardware store and I start just kind of wandering the aisles a little bit, not really trying to engage with anyone unless somebody comes up,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm just kind of casually walking through, looking at the different shelves, but I am muttering under my breath. I'll take 3 shotguns, an axe, and whatever else it was that I was saying that I was going to purchase back when we were up in Crescent Bay.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just going to be kind of muttering that under my breath for a while, just seeing if anything happens.
You are wandering through the aisles, just kind of muttering quietly to yourself, occasionally like touching an item on the shelf. Nothing seems to happen.
I'll probably keep this up for about 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And if nothing happens, I will kind of close my eyes, take a deep breath. It's over. And I will make my way back to the tavern.
Excellent. Just as you are opening up the door, hear a clatter from behind you.
I turn around.
Julian looks back. 3 cans of beans have all fallen off the shelf. Now, something falling wouldn't normally be any cause for concern, but one of them has fallen lengthwise on the ground. Another one has fallen on top of that, vertically. And the third one has fallen horizontally on top of that, perfectly balancing.
Oof, that's weird. I'm gonna go just beans. These are
Just beans?
cans of beans.
Do you pick one up?
I will pick up all 3.
As soon as your fingers touch it, the cans knock right over and just roll down the aisle.
Cool.
Phoenix, can I get a vigilance test from you?
Yeah, sure. Why is that logic?
Because you can't be good at everything.
0 success on 4 dice.
Do you want to push that roll?
Do I, as a player? No, not really. But I got a feeling that this is something that Julian doesn't want to just let drop. So yes, I will go ahead and push the roll. Zero success on 4 more.
All right, and what condition did you give yourself?
Well, I can't encroach on Sophie's territory, so I won't be getting angry.
Yet.
I'll go with my typical hopeless.
Okay. By the way, Bill, I forgot to ask you earlier, what condition did you gain for pushing that roll?
Angry.
Excellent. Julian kind of shakes his head. There was something he was thinking about for a second. Something he could have noticed? Should have noticed?
Fuck you, Brian.
That was cold.
It slips away, and he puts the Peacock-branded beans back on the shelves and walks out of the empty hardware store. where there is not a person behind the counter. There is not anyone tending the place. It's been completely empty the entire time he's wandered around inside of it.
Shit.
Does the hardware store even exist?
We'll find out.
I was gonna say when I picked them up, I was gonna go bring them to the register, but apparently there is no one to purchase them from. Cool.
Not at the moment.
Weird. I will put them back on the shelf, and I will leave a little unsettled. But yes, I will make my way back to the tavern.
Aaron, you killed it on that investigation test. And you have the Sixth Sense talent.
Yes, I do. Which means
you can get 2 out of the 3 of these. You can gain a more or less vague impression of what kind of Vashon is in the area. You can find out if a Vashon has been in the area, and you can find out if magic has been used.
what kind of Vashon and if magic has been used.
Okay. First off, Yortz begins sneezing as he's trying to carry these kittens around, and he's looking all over Walum. You sense that a great deal of magic has been stirring around this area. And you said you wanted to know what general sense of what kind of Vashon? Sophie feels a chill kind of beginning centralized in her upper arm. And as she looks down at it and then looks up, her vision locks on that woman in the back of the room. And she is certain, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that this woman is a Vashon. But we'll find out more about her next time.
Nuh-uh!
This is why we make fun of you so hard, Brian.
Because I'm getting good at cliffhangers.
God damn it. Damn it.
As Julian walks in, hey, Dr. Jensen!
No, that is not canon. That is not canon.
We'll start next time with that happening. Because we'll have forgotten by then.
Yes.
Thank you all so much for playing and bearing with us through a few technical issues tonight. This has been so much fun. I cannot wait for where this story is going.
Me either.
And we'll have to see what happens next time. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Spirits and Monsters of Old Seattle. Our theme song is Myths and Legends by Robert Bruckmeyer and is playing right now. Our episode music is from the incredible Andreas Lundstrom's RPG soundtracks, and you can hear more of his work on the Sweden Rolls podcast. Our editor is Hannah Cheney. If you've enjoyed the show, it would mean the world to all of us if you could share it with a friend. Or an acquaintance, a stranger, even an enemy. We're not super picky. However, it is the single best way to help us get new listeners and continue to grow. If you've really enjoyed the show and you want to let the world know just how much, we are launching a storefront where you can buy some cool gear and a Patreon. You'll find the links in our show notes. We'll be looking forward to sharing more stories of the Vashon in the Pacific Northwest. But until then, remember the motto of the library. Fear gives way to knowledge. Knowledge gives way to wisdom. And wisdom gives way to the truth. Until next time. There was little time to rest before the investigators were working on their next case. A haunted house located in downtown. Damn it, Soup. Give me your Soapy. Alright, it's time for that.